It was so awesome. Cambridge got to host 150 people from 7 different countries at their home facility in Chesterfield, Missouri.
We just want to share the few ingredients that we thought were critical and necessary for the journey that we've taken. And that first ingredient for us is humility. And we're very proud of that. That was a joke. It's going to lose me up there. The new guy that we're going to train on our process, humility allows us to know that that new guy who has no experience can find holes in our process. Humility allows us to be able to see that. And so that's what we're talking about when we're talking about humility. The other thing is as we unleash people to create ideas and we unleash people to have inventions and we're working on all these things together, one of the things that we have to have is humility so that we know that we don't fall in love with our ideas. I love the way that John Kramer, our president, talks about it. When I started to transition to a leadership role, he's like, here's the thing, buddy, you're not Luke Skywalker anymore. You're not the hero. You're Yoda. You're the old guy who's now going to train the heroes of tomorrow. And so our jobs as leaders have to transition. And at the bottom line, at the end of the day, this is what I know, that my team is only going to grow to the level of my humility. Thanks for listening, guys.
Welcome, everybody. It's always scary when you see somebody bring notes, isn't it? It's going to go on way too long, so I'll get us caught up. So, as Mark mentioned, we got to go to Fast Caps. We broke all kinds of rules, Paul. I mean, I didn't know there was a bunch of rules when I went. John just told me to go, and we went and saw it. It was very cool. So, the morning meeting, when we were there, it was amazing. There was a young lady, who her mother worked there, and it was, I think, her first time running the meeting. So we were all standing around. Paul was there, obviously, and you have to prepare for a meeting if you're going to do it well. And she wrote some Taylor Swift song that had everybody in the company involved in the lyrics. And by the time it was over, everybody was just clapping and roaring. It was amazing. So we left there with the idea, well, that's easy. We'll come back to the company, we'll have a morning meeting just like Paul's. Well, it's not that easy. Some of you found out if you've been here, you're trying to do morning meetings on your own. We came back and started doing morning meetings, and they were, at the beginning, pretty much a disaster. We were in the lunchroom, people, it was right after their break, they were on their phones, they were eating, sleeping. It was pretty bad in the beginning. So for the first few months, we had what I call a support group. There was about 4 of us that every day after that meeting, we got together and going, man, that stunk. I don't ever want to do that again. Do I have to go back tomorrow? So one time, I think I emailed Paul or texted him or something, and I said, I want to quit. Paul said, no, you're doing all the right things. Keep going. So it was his message to us at that point that kind of fueled us to keep going. He said we were doing all the right things, just keep going. So we did, and hopefully, our meeting changes all the time. We make changes to it. What you're going to see today is different than what we were doing 6 months ago or 2 months ago or whatever. So what you're trying to do, I was a scoutmaster for about 9 years, and I realized that I did not want the parents of the boys to say, son, you got to go to Scouts tonight. And the kid would kick back and say, I don't want to go, ever. It stinks. All he does is give us announcements, it's boring, it's like school. So I realized at that point, we were trying to do the same thing. We were trying to create something special in our meeting that everybody in the company wanted to come to. Like Mark said, it's part of our day that no one wants to miss. So that's what we're after, is creating something that's a celebration, it's trust, it's a place where people can come and talk and be safe. If you see today at our meeting and the person's talking, it's the easiest place to speak because we clap for everything. It doesn't matter what you say or what you do, you're going to get clapped for. So it's just a really, really safe place. It is critical to growing leaders. We have found many people in our company. I didn't know all the talent that was in our company, all the genius that's in our company. When people grab the microphone and talk, and they talk about the things that's important to them in their life or whatever's going on, it's just very humanizing for everybody to know each other. So it's just a wonderful place for that. And we talked about, there's 4 things. I honestly believe that if we stopped our morning meeting, a lot of everything else we're doing would fall away. It is the single most, besides Dave's humility, it's the single most thing that I think is critical to this continuing, to involving the culture, growing the culture. New people see it as soon as they get here on day one, and it's critical. So if you're going to do a morning meeting, do it every day. Don't stop, don't cancel it. I don't care how many people are there that day, do it.
So lean and clean, we do, I'm going to explain to you why we do it and how we do it, but the reason behind why we do it, it's a great platform to get ownership. So we do lean and clean because it creates ownership throughout the whole entire facility while we're humbly serving others and making improvements along the way. So every single day, we spend 30 minutes a day during 8:45 to 9:15. All the employees spend time doing lean and clean. So I'm going to talk about the cleaning part first, and then we'll transition to the lean side of things. So on the cleaning side, we, like Paul's group, clean our restrooms. So when we came back, Keith and I came back, and Greg, we talked to Greg, we started first in our bathrooms, and we started cleaning. So what better place to start our lean journey than in the bathrooms? So that's the place that everybody hits, and that's a great place to start with standard work. So we currently run 3 different teams of voluntary cleaning crews: the bathroom, the office, and the shop. So just to picture this, we spend about 10 to 15 minutes a day. I could be in there working side by side with the supervisor, with an employee, with the president, cleaning the restroom. So what a better way to be a humble leader, working side by side with somebody cleaning this facility, which creates a sense of ownership throughout. So we don't have a cleaning crew, we take care of this place ourselves. So right now we currently have roughly about 80-something folks out of 120 that clean. So if you're on that cleaning crew, the office cleaning crew, the shop crew, you spend time doing that. The rest of the folks during lean and clean, also the lean and clean time, you're on a rotating schedule, so every month you're doing it for a week. So what do you do the rest of the time, right? So if you're out of your area, you'll spend 5 to 10 minutes cleaning your own area, and then you can transition into the lean side of things. So we clean first, then we do lean. So on the actual lean side of things, we focus on small improvements, kind of like what Paul does. And these small improvements, like Greg likes to say, we like to make the process the expert, right? So if there's anything that goes on because there's going to be mistakes that happen, right? You focus on the process. It's not the people, it's the process. So focus on these small, little, incremental, fix what bugs you improvements, and it will lead to other things. So during this time frame, we also do collaborations, and that allows, if I'm on the S-Final line, I can collaborate with the post-paint line, and we'll work on the larger stuff. So small stuff, it leads to larger stuff. This is also an opportunity for employees to grow. This is an opportunity for, if you're leading a collaboration or leading any of those efforts, you can be on the cleaning crew and lead up there. But it allows the employee to step up and grow. And it allows, when we're doing these improvements like Greg talked about, you're going to come up with something, and guess what? It's not going to be the greatest thing, because somebody's going to come up with something else. So you transition back and forth between leaning and cleaning. We do spend 30 minutes a day. We have this budgeted because we figured out at first, if you don't budget it, you're never going to get it done. You're going to keep asking the employees to make improvements. Right now, if you told the employees we're going to take this 30 minutes a day away, I think there'd probably be a riot, because this is the most important, productive time that the employees can spend working on their improvements. So Kevin's going to talk next about the videos. We do encourage all of our employees to make improvements on a daily basis. It does lead to videos, and Kevin's going to talk about that. These videos, you're going to see a bunch of them today, and you're going to see a bunch of the improvements. But spend time, invest in your employees, let them focus on making improvements, and it will bring the best to the whole entire corporation. So that's what I got. Thank you very much.
So welcome, Kevin, to talk about video as a skeptic.
Thank you. The sad part of Mark's comment is Mark's good at everything, so I don't know what that says about my capabilities. They're low. When I got the Boxer over the holiday weekend asking me to do videos, I kind of looked at my phone. I was like, why is Mark asking me to do this? Because I was actually an early skeptic. I was not an early adopter with the videos. I don't know if it's just personality or what. I'm not real big on the selfie culture. There's just a lot of baggage there for me. And so Mark was an early adopter. I mean, he was in. I mean, he had the selfie. I mean, he went immediately, got the selfie stick, and you know, I'm like, come on, knock it off. Come on, really, seriously, we're doing the selfie stick. I'm not doing a selfie stick. So I think that might be why he asked me to do this, because I am a passionate advocate of videos now, after experiencing 2.5 years. Who here is using video consistently in your continuous improvement efforts? Okay, so hands up high. Give me high hands. So maybe half. That's actually exciting, because that means there's a ton of opportunity. So here's what I believe. There's a ton of opportunity for video. You can see here in 2.5 years where we just crossed the 4,000 threshold, which is just blows me away. As we did 600 the first year, we did, I think, 1,500 the second year, and I don't know what, we're on track for 2,000 this year or something like that. Yeah, there's three things for me that videos really do well. It's broader than this, but this is how I would summarize it. So they give us an enhanced ability to communicate. So we're putting all this effort into Lean, and we want to be able to communicate across the organization what's going on, right? It's kind of silly to do it and nobody know what's going on. And even in a 120-person organization and 100,000 square feet, anybody think it's actually hard to communicate with one another there sometimes? Yeah, it's hard. So it absolutely enhances our ability to communicate. And the style of communication, which is basically visually telling a story. Does everybody here like to hear a story? Would you rather hear a story than read something on a piece of paper? Pretty much everybody, that's how we're wired. We're wired for story. And so when we can communicate by telling a story, our retention is better, our excitement is better, everything about how we feel about what's just been done is enhanced when we're able to do it in a story. The second, it's the 3 C's. If you think of the 3 C's, you got communicate. The second is collaborate. I used to call it cross-pollinate, but nobody knows what that means. So it's collaborate. So it actually enhances the collaboration efforts that I think Bruce or somebody talked about. It had been just such a beautiful blessing of our continuous improvement journey. And you'll see it in today's video. There are things I have in my office, if you walked in and looked inside of my door, where I hang my keys, where I put my safety glasses, where I have my name badge, and some other things are actually in a bunch of offices because there are other people's improvements that I then, I collaborated with them and used them in my office, and I still use them consistently. So enhances the ability to collaborate. And last, and probably most importantly, it gives us the opportunity to celebrate. I'm going to tell you, I believe, I'm going to talk about my leadership life, it's the one area of my leadership life that I am consistently poor at, is celebrating other people's achievements. I see them, I'm happy about them, but I just for some reason don't celebrate them like I should. And when I see the videos, it gives me the opportunity to clap. You'll see a lot of clapping today, as has been mentioned. And it gives me the opportunity to actually engage with those individuals and just, what an amazing, thank you, great job. I get chills when I watch the videos because they're just beautiful, genius ideas that I would never think of. And we get the opportunity to celebrate together. So for me, and this is I love John's tribe language, we're a tribe, I love that. And this tribe is continuous improvement in people-centric continuous improvement, right? We're about growing people and about celebrating one another. And so in a people-centric continuous improvement culture, celebration is a foundational element. And videos give us the chance to do that better than anything. So I was talking to Paul this morning about it real briefly. I said, Paul, how important are videos? And his literal words were, they're everything. They're everything, and he obviously reflects that in how he's done them. So the one thing I would like to say is, if you have any doubt about the power of video, I am a former skeptic. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm a recovering video skeptic. And I would like to talk to you. Any of us will visit with you on the, when we're walking around and during the 5-minute breaks we have over the next 2 days. I would love to be able to engage and talk to you about our experience with it and the power. It actually accelerates by probably a factor of 5. I think you might have said that. A factor of at least 5 on how fast you'll be able to implement continuous improvement, lean, over not doing them or doing it in other styles. So just do videos. That's all I'm going to add.
Thank you, Kevin.